You know what? Exactly. It's terrible. days from today, preseason begins. That's right. That's the sound you make. No, this is the sound I make to celebrate. No, you know the perfect sound? Here's the perfect sound. Go I play the band. How hyped you get for the Hall of Fame? Football's this week. Really? Oh yeah, Thursday. I can't wait. I can get to see football. What's playing? I don't know. Turn it on. Let's see. I just gotta see football.
That'll be the Cardinals and the Panthers battle.
Oh my goodness.
On Zach's birthday.
The Cardinals? Hold on. And the hold on. Yep. What is it? It smells like a Wednesday morning in hell. I mean, that's bad. That is the worst one I've ever heard of. That is really bad. Well, at least one team's trying to win, and it used to be the Cardinals, but now it's the Panthers. Cardinals, like you nightmare about it. But you know what we're gonna do? We can't help it. They'd be calling. They're calling me. I tried to stop, man. I know. Calling. I need something. Now, I just wanted to let you know there's only 4 short weeks from now. It's so, by the way, so what do we get now? We get, game 1, you will not see our starting quarterback, right? We now get them the first half of game 2. Game 2. No, it's only game 2. They're not getting enough preseason anymore. So, it's game 2. Is that it now? It's the first half of game 2.
I'm going to be really honest with you. I really don't know anymore. Because when I did Jets, we were getting away from...
reported Thursday it is considering turning off its cameras due to concerns over privacy and what Flock is doing with the data. Long-term mayor Blackburn told the WPNH-TV News 8 that the town ended its contract with Flock because the company couldn't guarantee that federal law enforcement was not accessing them to track its citizens.
Who has access to that information? Who can access that information? Who does not share this third party?
Thursday afternoon, officials with the town of Killingworth told Channel 8 that they, too, were considering permanently turning the automated license plate reader cameras off. The Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection says crime is dropping in Connecticut, The report shows crimes over the first 3 months.
Some showers and a heavy thunderstorm or two. Any thunderstorm could produce flash flooding and damaging winds. Tomorrow about 78. Warm and sticky late tomorrow night with clouds, low 72. Then breezy Sunday, a lot of sunshine. The humidity should come down. Looks like a nice afternoon, a high of 83. Lots of sun again, low humidity Monday, high 82. Mostly sunny at 85 right now in Midtown. We're going down to 72 tonight. I'm AccuWeather-meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
The Mega Millions jackpot is now up at $672 million. It only takes one ticket to walk away with a big win. It's yours today. Anything can happen in Jersey.
Ahead of the World Cup final this weekend, fans have been cheering on their teams already in New Jersey. World Cup fans got up early to get a glimpse of the players from Spain outside the MC Hotel this morning. Que vamos a España! And for Andrew Rojas, it paid off.
Early morning, it was so cool to see them walk by, and I'm glad, like, they're going to follow, but my favorite team is walking by.
I'm really looking forward to see you, listening to each other in the World Cup. I'm just really excited to see them play against Argentina this weekend. For many of the fans, they plan on watching the game live in person at MetLife, but for so many others, they say coming here to get a glimpse of the players is exactly what they needed before they head to their watch party Sunday. From Bucklet, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM in Montclair. New York City hotels. Domestic visitors this summer, not so much with international tourists, despite the World Cup. That's according to a report from New York State Controller Thomas DiNapoli. The office found that while the hotel industry has largely recovered from the pandemic in terms of guests,
It's now contending with the federal government's immigration and trade policies, keeping some international visitors away, along with other geopolitical issues. The report found that New York City welcomed 65 million visitors in 2025. 81% were domestic travelers. The report also found that
to trade
at New York
public?
City hotels
How's that
has
mean?
recovered more slowly, with nearly 13% fewer employees working at hotels compared to 2019. At some New York City restaurants, you might be able to say, "Put it on my tab." An old practice is gaining new currency.
Maybe you had a local deli house account as a kid, so you could grab a sandwich and say, "Put it on my tab."
I hope more people do it. It's a really fun and I think convenient thing.
Ben Gross owns the Montague Diner in Brooklyn, and when they opened 2 years ago, they gave people the option to get a house account.
The goal of the house accounts is to like build a community of people who really feel part of the diner community with each other and with us and with the place and the staff.
And he says that's exactly what happened. He gives people who sign up 5% off, no minimum required. And when they feel that sense of community, they tend to come back. Mac Rosenberg's 1010 Wings on 92.3 FM.
85 degrees now, partly sunny here in the city. We are going down to 72 tonight. The god of war being replaced. That story's
Oh, hey, Sarah, did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal too, right, Mom?
Honey,
What's that?
okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice. Feels so right.
Oh, your
It almost
color
goes
car.
on. The Hyundai Getaway sales event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid during the Hyundai Getaway sales event. Hurry, offer ends August 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So sales stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business?
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more. So you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Now 1010 wins entertainment. But Prime Video will replace him. Variety and Deadline are reporting that Ryan Hurst, who has starred as Kratos in the God of War video game, is being replaced in the TV series adaptation after he suffered a serious onset injury last month. Another adaptation of a video game has a streaming date. The rules of the tournament are simple. Our fate would not be settled by the size of our army. It would be decided by combat. Mortal Kombat 2 arrived on HBO Max next Friday.
Entertainment is powered by Shulman & Hill Injury Lawyers. High-speed collision on the BQE? Go to hurtny.gov. Every borough, every block. We are New York. New York's auto accident attorneys.
1010 wins, and laborers Local 731 are proud to honor our city workers, who are city heroes.
It is that moment when your life seems hopeless and the decision is whether to live or die. Police responded to a woman on the Brooklyn Bridge who was in that desperate space. ESU officer Christian provided the verbal lifeline.
I want to help you. That's why I'm up here right now.
A successful rescue, a life saved. Officer Christian Yappis, this week's city worker, city hero.
Laborers Local 731 has been responsible for some of the biggest and most celebrated infrastructure projects in New York City, like the rebuild of the World Trade Center and the new LaGuardia Airport. Local 731 provides qualified and competent laborers to fill the demand that the construction industry not only requires, but deserves. Its members and leadership have fought hard for wages and benefits that open the path to the middle class that every hardworking American deserves. Laborers Local 731. Feel the power.
We are your smart speakers' favorite this station. Just tell us to play 1010 wins.
The news watch never stops. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon. 85 degrees at 3:40. I'm Lori Madden, and here's what's happening. An air quality alert remains in effect through midnight, and while conditions aren't too bad right now, expected to change later this evening. We'll get a live update from AccuWeather's Brian Thompson in just a moment. A Brooklyn playground is looking to keep things safe for kids with a cork floor. Cork as in the cork from wine bottles. The NYPD looking for the chain-snatching thieves who've been riding around on mopeds in Queens and Brooklyn. It was 30 years ago today that TWA Flight 800 crashed off Long Island, and relatives have been gathering at Smith Point Park today to remember their loved ones. Wednesday marks 1 year since the death of Ozzy Osbourne, and his hometown of Birmingham, England, is going all out to celebrate the Prince of Darkness. 1010 Wins AccuWeather says partly cloudy, warm, humid tonight, low 72. We are expecting severe thunderstorms tomorrow with some flooding downpours. Much nicer on Sunday. We're going to get that live update from Brian Thompson in just a moment. But first, Wins News Time, 3:41. From the Mercedes-Benz of Edison.com Traffic Center, let's get you where you need to go. Here's Greg Wright.
Well, presidential helicopter Marine One has landed at Wall Street. They're getting the president into the presidential limousine, which you know is the beast. And at that point, they're going to put the president on the FDR Drive, which means you can't. The FDR Drive right now is closed from Lower Manhattan, at least as far up as the Queensboro Bridge. They are trying very quickly to get all this traffic that is already there off of the northbound FDR Drive, and they've got some work to do. Southbound FDR, the exit ramp to 63rd is also shut down. You've got a lot of crosstown closures, especially on 57th Street, and other closures closer to 5th Avenue and 57th Street this hour. Again, President is in town. He should be on the FDR Drive any second, and they are not letting anybody else on to the northbound FDR between Lower Manhattan and the Queensboro Bridge. Citybound side of the George, about an hour on the upward, 45 minutes on the inbound lower level. West side, the best of it out. Lincoln, 20 to 30 minutes in. Outbound side of the Lincoln Tunnel, an extra 15 to 20 from 11th. Better from 9th, but not by a whole lot. Over at the Holland Tunnel, 40 to 60 minutes out. Happy Summer Friday. Citybound Brooklyn Bridge, a mess because you can't get onto the FDR. Brooklyn-bound Brooklyn Bridge is a mess just because. And in Queens, westbound BQE before the Long Island Expressway, your single file because of a crash that has you backed up from the Grand Central Parkway. Greg Rice, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM.
An air quality alert remains in effect through midnight. Let's get the very latest now on these conditions. Apparently not too bad yet this afternoon. We're going to check in with AccuWeather's Brian Thompson. Brian.
Yeah, things are actually looking pretty good across most of the area right now, Lori. We have air quality levels that are what we see on a pretty typical day across at least most of the areas. The vast majority of the smoke and the poor air quality is now shifted south, not too far to the south. It's crossed South Jersey and toward Philadelphia. And as the steering wind shifts, some of that smoke's going to start to move back north and east tonight. So we do expect the air quality to decrease again later tonight and into tomorrow.
Asshole!
Visibility likely coming down as well. We're also going to be contending with some showers, potentially.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Flash flooding and damaging winds. And then Sunday, that's when things improve. We expect sunshine, lowering humidity.
Fucking car would have saw that.
Air quality should improve too. Looks like the smoke may get pushed back to the south again. So things looking promising for Sunday. Lori?
Okay, then things looking
Look at that cop. Where's the cop saw that?
Make sure you stay with
Asshole.
Winds for the very latest on your forecast. If you bring your kids to playgrounds, you might find any number of surfaces, and you can now add a new surface to the list. We checked out a playground at a NYCHA complex in Gravesend, Brooklyn today.
At the Marlboro houses, kids have a new place to play. And the ground they're walking on, well, it's made of recycled wine and
I know what the fuck road this is.
You've got this beautiful, sustainable material. The temperature is lower than the
Hope
outside temperature.
hope it crashes.
Asshole.
Nosley works at the Cork Collective.
There's sort of these funny outcroppings that let you kind of jump and play and kind of rest against it. It's kind of this dynamic material.
We've moved to parents that live in the area and are hoping kids get the chance to enjoy it.
A park for the kids to get them to do something. I agree with it.
That's what it really does, and I think that would be a good thing because there are a lot of children that are very young that walk around without their shoes. Mary Lumba, on
92.3 FM in Gravesend. 5 people suffered minor injuries after a fire broke out in a Midtown office building and then jumped to a second building. The FDNY says the fire was a gas-fed blaze, first reported in the ductwork of a restaurant at Madison Avenue between 52nd and 53rd Streets. Deputy Assistant Fire Chief John Corcoran.
It was really 2 separate buildings that we had that were on fire. So we had to deal with 2 different things while operating at this fire. The incident commander made the correct decision of transmitting the 3rd alarm, which brought all the units that we needed to attack this fire.
No firefighters ordered. The location in the heart of Midtown during the morning rush further backed up the already congested area. The off-duty New York City police officer who was killed during a mass shooting while working as a security guard at a Midtown high-rise will have a street co-named after him. Detective Dieterol Islam will be at the corner of Beach Avenue and 172nd Street in the Bronx. The ceremony will be held tomorrow. Islam served 3 years in the Bronx's 47th precinct. Before he was killed in July of last year, he was the first Bangladeshi-born police officer killed. His wife gave birth to a son the following month. The NYPD warning New Yorkers about chain-snatching thieves on mopeds. Police want to put a stop to a series of chain snatchings in Brooklyn and Queens. Moped-riding teams are confronting people on the street, jumping off their bikes and grabbing the chains off their necks. In one instance, they flashed a gun. It's been a month-long spree, and on July 10th, they targeted 5 victims in one day in Forest Hills, Richmond Hill, and Ozone Park. Previously, they've gone to Jackson Heights, where they stole an unattended motorcycle, assaulted others in Williamsburg, Greenpoint, and Ridgewood. Juliet Papa, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM. Police are asking the public for help in identifying the driver. They say left the scene after a Jeep struck and injured a 4-year-old girl in the Bronx. The child suffered a broken leg and head trauma. They've posted a photo of the man they're seeking. This happened on Wednesday afternoon around 4 in front of 1075 Longfellow Avenue in the Longwood section. Police say the girl was crossing the street when she was hit by that Jeep going westbound. EMS transported her to a hospital in stable condition. Today marks 30 years since TWA Flight 800 crashed off Long Island. Taking off from JFK, it was bound for Paris. All 230 people on board were killed when the 747 plunged into the Atlantic off East Mauritius. Relatives of those killed gathered at a memorial in Smith Point Park today. For decades, John Bailey from England thought about traveling to the TWA Flight 800 memorial here in Suffolk County, and every year he decided not to, until now, the 30th anniversary of his sister and brother-in-law's death.
It was basically like, I just wanted to get out of here. I've been scared to get out of here, but I felt that I needed to be here.
About his sister every day, she left behind 4 young children who were now dead.
Kids are doing fine, and they're always in the house.
Bailey says he is glad he made the trip. It makes the grief easier to bear. Sophia Hall, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM on Long Island. An earthquake measuring 7.3 struck southern Mexico's Pacific coast today, right along the border with Guatemala. The quake was felt from Mexico City to El Salvador. Authorities have not reported any severe damage or casualties in any country. A summer tradition returns this year, and you don't have to wait on the lines you'll find in Central Park.
It's Shakespeare in the parking lot.
Shakespeare in the parking lot, it's a lot closer and more intimate of an experience.
Director Hamilton Clancy says they wouldn't be a thing if it weren't for Shakespeare in the park. But what they do is a little bit different, starting with the setting.
We put the play with the whole Lower East Side sort of walking by right up close to the play and where it's being done.
Opening night will feature the play As You Like It, which he calls the ultimate date play.
As You Like It is like Shakespeare's Love Actually.
They've had challenges like finding space and currently doing shows through wildfire smoke. Mac Rosenberg, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
You saw it with your own two eyes last year. You watched people who had no business getting approved drive off anyway. Repos on their credit, 500 credit scores, no plan. They walked in and they left with a car. So why don't you have one? Because you said, I'll come back. Because you said, maybe later. Don't let another year pass. Call Credit Solutions right now. We can help. Call 800-694-7203. That repo, that low credit, and still drive out in a car. Call Credit Solutions, 800-694-7203. Qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Got a trade? We'll give you up to $3,000, and we'll pay off your loan no matter what you owe. Call Credit Solutions, 800-694-7203.
KBB fair value for your trade on approved deal. Every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance and America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Credit Solutions, a division of Hudson Hyundai.
Ozzy's hometown is giving it up for the Prince of Darkness. That story is coming up next. But first, wind due time 3:51. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Greg Wright.
You can't go on the FDR right now. Shut down out of lower Manhattan, at least as far up as the Queensboro Bridge. President is in town. The motorcade is on its way up towards Midtown. President's got a couple of events in the city today, and then he's going to head over to Jersey for the weekend. But wherever the president goes, right now the FDR Drive is shut down. You'll see these rolling closures, the frozen zones, and the overall increase in police presence. Now getting into the city, the George Washington Bridge, about an hour on the upper level, 40 minutes on the inbound lower level of the George Washington Bridge. West Side Highway, for all of its faults, everything else is worse. Northbound Deegan, Bestfield, get out of the Bronx. Over at the Lincoln, about 20 minutes in, 30 out from 11th, better from 9th. The outbound of Holland's about 45 minutes at this point. On the Jersey side, Newark State, better right away. Forget the Wantagh on Long Island. Northbound Wantagh, Old Country Road, left lane crash. Southbound Wantagh, coming down to the Southern State, the right lane out with a collision. Seaford Oyster Bay either way, because on the northbound Meadowbrook, on the ramp to the westbound Northern State, you got a collision and you got the left lane shut. Traffic is sponsored by Plaza Jewish Community Chapel. Greg Rice, 1010 wins at 92.3 FM.
We at Plaza Jewish Community Chapel would like to remind you that candle lighting is at 8:07 this evening. Good Shabbos and Shabbat Shalom. Let's get a check now of your AccuWeather forecast. Here is meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Laura's turned out to be a very nice afternoon. Most of the smoke has, at least temporarily, been pushed off to the south or west of the area, so we've seen the air quality really improve throughout the day. And it is really not humid at all for the middle of July. So temperatures running in the low to mid-80s now. We'll drop to about 72 tonight under a partly to mostly cloudy sky. Now the humidity is going to be on the increase, and the air quality likely decreasing later tonight with the mild warning that the smoke, which again has been pushed off to the south and west of us for now, starts to come back to the northeast as our wind starts to shift to more out of the south and west. So tomorrow and tomorrow evening, it'll be cloudy. It will be cooler, but it will be noticeably more humid with some showers and a heavy thunderstorm or two. Some of the storms could produce flash flooding and damaging winds, a high of 78. Mostly cloudy, warm and sticky later tomorrow night, low 72. Humidity drops Sunday. Should be a nice day with a good deal of sunshine, a nice breeze, high 83. Lots of sun on Monday with low humidity, high 82. Right now in Central Park, it's mostly sunny at 85 degrees. Humidity is 25%. The wind is out of the north at 8 miles per hour. Again, we're at 85 and going down to 72 in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station, 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
This Wednesday will mark 1 year since the death of Ozzy Osbourne and his hometown of Birmingham, England. We'll remember the Prince of Darkness with Ozzy Day, featuring live music, public art, and more. Even the Birmingham Symphony Orchestra will be jumping on the crazy train, performing a special lunchtime tribute right in the heart of the city. And prepare for Ozfest. Sharon Osbourne says she plans to bring back the musical festival next year. And at Belgrade, Chris Johnson will be inducted into the Tennessee Titans Ring of Honor this fall. The team but he has been...
When we get to a cap system.
Absolute clothing. He's trying to dancing away.
Devastating, but it doesn't have to stay that way. At RWJ Barnabas Health and Rutgers Cancer Institute, designated
Cancer Institute. Visit rwjbh.org/silencecancer. Again, rwjbh.org/silencecancer.
Are you looking for a podcast about pro football that doesn't put you to sleep with an avalanche of analytics or insult your fandom with brainless hot takes? Well, hi. I'm Dan Hansis.
And I'm Mark Sessler.
Oh, hi, Mark. And we're the hosts of Heed the Call, the NFL podcast you've been waiting your whole life for.
Heed the Call covers every game, every storyline, everything that matters, and we do it all with a touch of mirth.
Football is fun. Why shouldn't your football podcast be the same?
Follow and listen to Heed the Call NFL podcasts wherever you get your podcasts.
85 degrees now, sunny here in the city. We are going down to 72 tonight. Now Bloomberg Money Watch.
The fear grows that U.S. foreign military exchanges could bring about a return to full war. Markets have been reacting predictably. Oil futures rose 4% to $82 a barrel today. The Dow is down 353, Nasdaq down 318, S&P down 68. Also pulling on Wall Street, the unveiling of a new AI model developed in China, which its maker says rivals the best of the U.S. Rising worry surrounding AI return on investment has now reordered the rankings of the world's most valuable companies. AI chip maker NVIDIA, tops for more than a year, has now slipped to second, with Apple back on top. I'm Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
1010 Wins.
Gotta know what's happening in my city.
A news source that you trust.
You're my favorite.
I think it's good to know what's going on in the world. 1010 Wins.
On 92.3 FM.
Hey guys, Scott Stanford here. Time for a summer spruce-up. Call my friends at Serta Pro Painters. They work fast, clean, and professional. I know this because I'm a customer. Don't put off a painting project. Give them a call at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call Serta Pro Painters today. Get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come. Each Serta Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
No! USA is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer. Relax, Mike. See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong. With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead. Early payout from Bet365, huh? No, my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T's and C's apply. In Apple.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver, hey, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know when we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning. It was online in minutes. Then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi? For what?
Better not to know.
Get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in your price for 5 years and see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement. Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergent. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
WINS FM in HD1 New York.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. 85 45 degrees now. It's sunny. We're going to get an update in just a moment from AccuWeather's Brian Thompson. More people get their news from 1010 Winds than from any other radio station in the nation. Angela Lori is our sort of good. Kyle McMorrow is at the editor's desk. I'm Lori Madden.
There's the closing bell on Wall Street. This is Angelo Day at Bloomberg. Lower finish for the market today. Dow closing down 407. Nasdaq down 362. All news, all the time. This is 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM, New York. Good afternoon. 85 degrees now at 4 o'clock. I'm Larry Mullins, and here's what's happening. A slight break in the haze on this Friday, but it'll sneak back in overnight and into the early morning. The big question now, how will it impact things at the World Cup this Sunday, if at all? Stand by for AccuWeather. In East Flatbush, an 80-year-old man is dead, run over by a car as he walked along on the sidewalk. According to police, this happened a couple of hours ago on Rutland Road. Also today, we'll tell you more about a huge gun and narcotics bust on Long Island, calling it one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in Nassau County history. He allegedly committed a rape on his boat and then escaped for 20 years, and now the guy known as the Master Yachtsman is behind bars, captured on a boat named Silver Lining. Didn't end that way today, buddy. And a surprise call to the cops in Massachusetts, and an even bigger surprise to a bunch of guys playing a pickup basketball game.
I like to play basketball. Are there any outdoor courts where people play?
Mr. Happy Gilmore himself. Who's got next? 1010 Winds, AccuWeather, cloudy, warm, and humid tonight. We'll get down to a low of 72 degrees before it's all over on this Friday night. Wind news time 401, and from your Mercedes-Benz of Edison.com traffic center, let's get you where you need to go. Talk to us, Greg.
We got the president in town to expect big closures and a whole lot of frozen zones and security in Manhattan, especially near 5th Avenue and 57th Street. They are in the process of reopening the northbound FDR from lower Manhattan right on up towards the Queensboro Bridge. I said in the process. It doesn't happen like that. They got to get a lot of exit ramps and entrance ramps reopened. The Battery Tunnel, the Brooklyn Bridge, the Williamsburg Bridge, the Manhattan Bridge, city down there extra tough because people have had nowhere to go. You couldn't get on to the FDR Drive. Now here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels of the rest of it. And it's going to get worse. You got the Yankees and Dodgers tonight in the Bronx. Big series, big crowds, and it's going to be a big mess getting there. West Side Highway loaded from the 70s on up, and everything else is worse. Northbound Deegan, best you do out of the Bronx. Lincoln, 20 to 30 in, 20 to 30 out from 11th, better from 9th. Holland out of town, 40 to 60 minutes on the Jersey side. Newark Bay, best of it. Clearview, Throgsneck by far your winner. Across the Upper East River, westbound BQE before the Long Island Expressway. An accident leaves you single file. Nassau, nasty on the northbound Meadowbrook with a crash getting onto the westbound Northern, backing you up from Stewart Avenue. Wantagh Parkway, a northbound crash in the left lane near Old Country Road. Southbound Wantagh, collision in the right lane before the Southern State Parkway. Made best of it in Nassau either way. Today's game day traffic is sponsored by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Greg Rice, 1010 Winds at 92.3 FM.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
And we start this afternoon in the Weather Center. AccuWeather says we've still got some air quality issues, but it's not as bad as yesterday with this haze. However, be aware that we're going to get another dose of that haze tomorrow morning before it eventually, hopefully, burns off. Can't help but wonder, though, what the air quality is going to be for the World Cup finale this Sunday. We turn to AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson now in the Weather Center for the answers. Brian?
Yeah, the air quality actually at pretty good levels across most of the area right now, Larry. The air quality index under 100 in many places, which is a good sign. The haze has really been eliminated almost across most of the area this afternoon. It's looking a lot better, but the smoke is not that far off to our south and west. It's been pushed to the south, but as the winds start to shift, we'll get more of a southwesterly wind that's going to pull the smoke back in, and we could see decreased air quality again late tonight into tomorrow. We will have some showers, some heavy thunderstorms tomorrow. There is a flood watch that covers the city in New Jersey for tomorrow afternoon. Some of these storms could produce some flooding downpours, but Sunday's looking good for the World Cup final. Well, sunshine, lowering humidity, and at this point, looks like the smoke will, at least the smoke near the surface, will be off to our south and west. So the air quality should be okay the way it looks now.
All right, that's good news. Thank you, Brian. An 80-year-old man killed earlier today when he was hit by a car making a turn in Brooklyn. This happened about 1:30 on Rutland Road there in East Flatbush. Police say the 80-year-old man was on the sidewalk when he was hit by a Lexus SUV as it was making a right turn onto East 92nd. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. The 63-year-old driver stayed there at the scene. So far, no arrests or charges. The investigation is ongoing. In Nassau, they're calling it one of the largest gun trafficking takedowns in history. In Nassau County, at least, a huge amount of narcotics seized as well.
Authorities say the illegal guns were being sold in front of a school here in Nassau County. DA Ann Donnelly says they seized 47 weapons. This is one of the largest gun trafficking cases I have seen in my 37 years in the district attorney's office. 6 people arrested, all allegedly from a violent gang. We have already linked 2 of these guns to shootings that happened outside our jurisdiction. And drugs were seized also, including a large quantity of cocaine. Authorities say many different law enforcement agencies helped stop the illegal activities. Sophia Hall, 1010 Winds, 92.3 FM, on Long Island.
A word to speed demons tonight. You're not really going anywhere, or you're not getting anywhere any faster, not much faster at least. A study says if you're speeding in your car to work or to pick up Mini-Me or Mini-Mo, you're not only wasting money and gas and sending harmful emissions into the air, but it says here, it barely saves you time.
So watching cars fly by on the Bellport Parkway with Tyrell here, who has no shame in his game. Are you a speeder?
Yeah.
Never had someone actually admit that, so we talked about it. How much time do you think speeding actually saves you?
Probably 10% of the time.
Research shows speeding only saves you less than a minute of time and more in gas. New York has made it an easy environment to be a speeder. I mean, there's cameras up.
No, it's different now. Back then it was better.
Back then it was better.
That's why I like the South. You know, you could actually do 85 miles on the highway.
I mean, we're right next to the Bell. This is like Speed City already.
You only could go about 40 on there.
Drive safely, folks. Amanda Alexander, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM in Brooklyn.
Yeah, this is the science of it. Researchers say with an average daily driving distance of 28.6 miles, driving at or below the posted limit corresponds to about 54 extra seconds per day. 54 seconds. Bottom line, with that 54-second savings, it isn't worth it when you think about the gas, the speeding ticket, the wreck, and the lives you might compromise, including your own, by being a lead foot. 7th Avenue East Station now, and it's a miracle this poor guy is still alive. Police say a man fell onto the subway tracks at that station this morning. Actually struck by an incoming E-train, too, but he survived, barely. They say he's in critical condition still after they rushed him over to Cornell. They don't think he was pushed by anybody, he just fell. No names being released. Sources telling 1010 Winds he's in his late 30s. They think he's a homeless fellow. People getting on the Odyssey bandwagon, big time, too. We told you about the big Trojan horse. Amanda Alexander told us standing in front of the AMC Theater in Lincoln Square. This is for Christopher Nolan's movie adaptation of the epic poem. Well, guess what? Well, from the big screen to the bookstore, that's what. And the word on the street is that the Odyssey is flying off the shelves. People at Strand Bookstore say they're on course for a huge increase in sales this month. Kat Pongrace is the head of marketing.
We've seen a 30% increase month over month of sales of the Odyssey, particularly the Emily Wilson translation, since May. And July is on track to hit maybe 35% increase month over month. It's looking nuts.
Yeah, they say readers are digging into various editions of the story so they can be ready to watch Matt Damon play the lead role. And 2 decades on the run, and the guy known as the Master Yachtsman has been captured. Ronald Fisher flew the coop from Rhode Island during a criminal trial for his first-degree sexual assault back in 2005. He's been considered one of the state's most wanted fugitives ever since, at least up until now. The former anesthesiologist has spent 20 years on the run. They've called him well-connected, a master yachtsman, a world traveler. Not anymore. The U.S. Marshal's Office and other agencies caught wind of his whereabouts this week and went over and picked him up. He was aboard a 56-foot boat named Silver Lining, registered under his alias Richard Graydon. Authorities intercepted the boat off New Jersey. Bye, Richard Graydon.
1877 cars for kids. K-A-R-S cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today. 1877 cars for kids. K-A-R-S cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate
Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Have you ever wondered why there is so much cancer on Long Island? Did you know that the DuPont Chemical Corporation and 3M recently agreed to a $13.5 billion settlement for contaminating public drinking water with cancer-causing forever chemicals? Long Island's drinking water has some of the highest concentrations of these cancer-causing forever chemicals. If you live on Long Island and have been diagnosed with kidney cancer, testicular cancer, liver cancer, thyroid cancer, or ulcerative colitis, you may have a claim. Call the lawyers at Krenzel, Guzman, Herbert. The KG Law Team is on your side. You can trust KG Law Team to diligently work toward restoring you and your family's well-being. There are serious time constraints, so call the KG Law Team for a free consultation at 212-227-2900. That's 212-227-2900, or visit their website at kglawteam.com. That's kglawteam.com.
Wade's news time for 11 from your Mercedes-Benz of Edison.com traffic center. Let us get you where you need to go tonight. Here's Greg Rice.
Here is what you need to know about bridges and tunnels. City-bound George, what a mess. 45 to 60 minutes on the upper, 30 to 40 on the lower, and I don't foresee this getting any better because you got a big Yankees game at the stadium tonight. Yankees and Dodgers, and expect a whole lot of traffic right up through game time, just after the top of the 7 o'clock hour. West Side Highway, yeah, this is slow from the 70s through the water treatment plant, but you know what? Everything else is worse getting you out of town. Lincoln, 30 to 40 minutes in, 30 out from 11th, better from 9th. Holland, 45 out of town on the Jersey side. The Newark Bay, far better either way. Clearview, Throgsneck combination, the best of it across the Upper East River. City bound, still a whole lot of traffic at the RFK, Queensboro, and Midtown Tunnel, all because of the presidential motorcade that at one point had been ripped and FDR shut from lower Manhattan on up. That's why the city-bound Battery Tunnel is also still a mess. A lot of closures near 5th Avenue and 57th Street right now, with the president in town for at least one event today. On the northbound side of the Meadowbrook in Nassau, at the ramp to the westbound Northern, there's a big crash and a big mess back to Stewart Avenue. Southbound Nassau Parkway crawling down to the Southern State with a collision knocking out the right lane. Traffic is sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Greg Rice, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Save on summer fruit at Whole Foods Market. Get $4.99 per pound organic red cherries with Prime through July 28th. Pack them on a picnic or beach day for the perfect juicy snack. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
And now your AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Meteorologist Brian Thompson is here with this live report.
And Larry, as we head through tonight, we're going to see an increase in clouds. There's a lot of sunshine overhead right now, and it's looking pretty nice outside. The air quality has improved greatly. We really don't have much haze at all. Visibility is 10 miles across much of the area, which is what we typically see. We'll see a low of 72 tonight under a partly to mostly cloudy sky. The humidity is going to be on the increase, and the smoke will likely be coming back up from the south. It's currently positioned more across South Jersey toward Philadelphia, and as the wind starts to become more out of the southwest, it's going to help pull that smoke back toward us as we get through tonight. So we could have some air quality issues, some reduced visibility later tonight into tomorrow, and we will have a lot of clouds tomorrow. It's going to be a very humid day with some showers, even a heavy thunderstorm or two, which could produce flash flooding and damaging winds. Tomorrow's high about 78. Mostly cloudy, warm and sticky late tomorrow night, low 72. And mostly sunny, a much nicer day on Sunday, breezy and warm. The humidity will drop. We'll have a high of 83, and the humidity pretty low on Monday with sunshine, high 82. Mostly sunny and 85 right now. Midtown are going down to 72. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Got hoops, they will come. A Nantucket police got a call on the 4th of July from some guy wondering if they could tell him where to find a basketball court to play a game of hoops.
Hi, how are you? I'm visiting your island right now, and I was wondering if you could answer a question. I like to play basketball. Are there any outdoor courts where people play?
Doesn't he sound like Happy Gilmore? Adam Sandler. Yeah, he's a big basketball fan. You've seen him at Knicks games, in fact. Well, just 2 days earlier, Sandler had officiated the wedding of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce down at the Garden. And on the afternoon of July 5th, he was in Massachusetts ready to shoot some hoops. I guess after officiating a wedding like that, you kind of want to burn off some stuff. I don't know. Sandler didn't identify himself on the call. The dispatcher, though, was really nice, gave him directions to a court right behind a pizza joint over on Backup Lane. He joined in a pickup game with Andrew Kessler and his buddies. Kessler says after the game, he's pretty good at passing, playmaking, decent layups, hesitated to shoot the ball a few times, but otherwise, he's nice. What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where 24-pack Crayola crayons are just 50 cents?
Staples has folders, notebooks, and pens at great prices.
I'm smiling from ear to ear. It's the most wonderful time.
Mom, I missed the bus of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples, where school supplies start at just 25 cents. Staples. That was easy. Visit your local Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
I'm Dan Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, millions of people called us for representation. Why? Because trust grows when you win, and we've won a lot. Over $30 billion and counting. When you call America's largest injury law firm, you're calling a family. You're calling an army, our army. You're calling somebody who will fight for you. Injured? Let our family fight for your family. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Our results do not guarantee a similar outcome. Morgan & Morgan, New York, PLLC, 199 Water Street, New York, New York, 212-738-6299.
And as we wind down this week, this must have been the week for snagging World Cup memorabilia. I tell you, pretty big piece fetched some big bucks yesterday at Sotheby's. The finals jersey worn by Pelé in the 1958 World Cup went out the door for $4.9 million. Let's show now. Yeah, it was Brazil's 5-2 victory over the host Sweden. They say that's the most ever paid for a Pelé collection, though, surpassing the $1.33 million. Is the private sale of a PSA Pelé rookie card, which went for $1 million in 2022. That was actually soccer's first $1 million card. Back to the jersey, Pelé was 17 years old when he wore it, the youngest player to appear and score in a FIFA World Cup final after he found the net in the 55th and 90th. Now, that jersey is in somebody's keepsake room, worth almost $5 million. Meantime, Spain's soccer team is staying in Montclair, and fans couldn't be prouder, hanging outside their spot to root for them as they headed for practice. 10-10 West was out there, too.
World Cup fans are counting down the minutes to the FIFA World Cup final. Que vamos España! And many of them outside the MC Hotel this morning to get a glimpse of Spain as they were leaving the hotel.
So I was so excited.
Andrew Rojas and his mom Francine woke up bright and early.
I was so excited seeing them in the mall. The entire Spanish team, I've been waiting here since like 7.
My son is constantly compared to Lamine, and it was so exciting to see him walking out. I can see the resemblance.
The crowd continues to grow here at the MC Hotel as more and more fans are hoping they too get a glimpse of the players and maybe even an autograph if they're lucky. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM in Montclair, New Jersey.
Spain and Argentina in the big one this Sunday, starting at 3 at MetLife. AccuWeather says the air quality should be nice and the weather should be nice and sunny too, so it should be a good game. At halftime show, all of that. Looking forward to it. Well, U.S. investigators taking the lead now on that investigation into that Ryanair mishap the other day where a poor guy almost got sucked out of a plane.
The U.S. National Transportation Safety Board says it's taking over the investigation into a Ryanair incident where a passenger was almost sucked out of the plane due to cabin decompression midair shortly after taking off from northern Greece. The 61-year-old man who was partially out the window was pulled back into the plane by fellow passengers. A Greek hospital official says the man suffered neck and shoulder injuries and friction burns. Dave Packer, ABC News.
A bizarre story. The NTSB says after taking a closer look at the plane's flight path, they determined the incident occurred in Greek airspace and not over North Macedonia as initially thought. We'll be back in just a moment with your headlines.
I'm Kiara Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. Our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. A robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at M&S.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagles.com.
From the stunning waterfront views of Hoboken to summer's never-ending traffic jams to the Jersey Shore, we are New Jersey's all-news station, 1010 Wins. All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world. We'll give you 85 degrees at 420. I'm Larry Mullins, and here's what's happening this afternoon. The let up on the haze today, but it'll be back tomorrow with some rain to go along with it. Yeah, AccuWeather says once it runs its course, though, we should have a pretty nice day on Sunday for the World Cup. Got a developing story out of Brooklyn where cops say a man and a woman both shot this afternoon in Canarsie. Details sketchy for now. We'll tell you what we know so far. Started up again. Cops on the trail of some guys riding around on mopeds now, ripping people's chains off their necks as they ride off. And almost 30 incidents now in the last month. Julia Popple on it. Can you believe it's been 30 years? The TWA Flight 800 crashed on Long Island. More than 100 families gathering for an anniversary tonight in Shirley to pay tribute there. And on the lighter side, Mariah Carey celebrating 30 years of Daydream with an expanded edition which started streaming today. More coming up on 1010 Wins Entertainment. AccuWeather says cloudy skies, warm and humid tonight. We'll drop down to 72 before it's all over. Please news time 421. And from the Mercedes-Benz of Edison.com traffic center now, let's get you where you need to go. Here is Greg Rice.
Yeah, a lot of people moving through Westchester County today to try to get a little way north of the city for the weekend. A lot of those sleepaway camps have visiting weekend. It's a big getaway weekend, and you don't want to start it on the Hutch. The Hutch is a standstill either way. Lanes are out in either direction on the Hutchinson River Parkway near Weaver Street because of a crash. And that accident is northbound. The closures of lanes are both ways. Stay with 95 either way through Westchester. The Hutch is a standstill in both directions through Weaver Street because of a collision. Mario Cuomo Bridge, Rockland bound, is starting to slow. Getting there is worse. Cross Westchester with plenty of westbound company from Route 22 over to the Rockland bound Mario Cuomo Bridge. Citybound George, about an hour on the upper, 45 minutes on the inbound lower. The West Side Highway sluggish out of the 70s, but everything else is far worse. Lincoln 30 to 45 in, 30 out from 11th, better from 9th, 30 to 40 home at the Holland on the Jersey side. Newark Bay, the better idea. Citybound Battery Tunnel, Brooklyn-bound Brooklyn Bridge, either way on the Manhattan Bridge, still very tough. Citybound Midtown Tunnel is a mess, and the Clearview Throgsneck combination is the best of what you've got. Across the Upper East River, leaving Staten Island en route to Jersey, Goethals Turnpike combination is better than the very clogged up Jersey-bound Outer Bridge crossing. Traffic is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of Edison.com. Greg Rice, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Make this your summer of unforgettable drives in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Their expert team makes shopping easy and stress-free. One reason they were named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison for luxury driving all summer long.
Yeah, you've been out today. You can probably tell we got a little break today from the haze, right? But it'll be back tomorrow. Oh, yeah. The good news, though, believe it or not, is that we're expecting some rain to cool things down and maybe wash things out. Meteorologist Brian Thompson joining us from the Weather Center with the layout for the weekend. Brian, everybody's been calling and saying, what's it going to do with the World Cup? What's it going to do with the World Cup?
Yeah, I think the World Cup final looks really good the way it looks right now, Larry. We expect the air quality to be better on Sunday, and we do expect a mostly sunny day. The humidity is going to drop as well. We've seen a really nice drop of the air quality today. In fact, we've really seen things improve throughout the afternoon. Air quality index is under 100 in most places. So it's turned out to be a pretty normal day. We really don't have any haze around, but the smoke is not too far off to our south and west. It's across South Jersey and toward Philadelphia. And as the wind starts to shift to more of a southwesterly direction, we will start to see the smoke move back north and east. So we do anticipate air quality issues to crop back up again later tonight and into tomorrow. We'll also have a flood watch for the city, New Jersey, and southern Westchester County for late tomorrow morning through much of tomorrow night, as we're going to be seeing some showers and storms. It's going to be a lot more humid tomorrow. It's not humid now, but it will be tomorrow. But once those storms are through, like I said, by Sunday, we'll see sun and the humidity will drop again. Larry?
Okay, thank you, Brian. We are also following developments tonight out of Brooklyn, where police say 2 people were shot earlier this afternoon. Shots rang out about 2:40. This is near Glenwood Road and East 96th Street in Canarsie. Cops say a man shot in the back. A lady was struck in the hand. Both of them taken to Brookdale, and they're expected to be okay. Police haven't made any arrests so far, and that investigation is ongoing. Well, here's a first. At a playground in Brooklyn, the surface is totally made out of wine and champagne corks.
Kids at the Marlboro houses now get to play on a new, safe, sustainable surface that's made from cork.
You've got these beautiful sort of play spaces designed by Urban Conga.
Nosley works at the Cork Collective. She tells us about 400,000 corks were able to turn their recycled material into this brand new surface.
The temperature is lower than the outside temperature, unlike other materials which would actually get hotter.
And parents that live in this development say they're happy it's heat resistant.
When I was young, my behind got burnt on the metal slide.
This feels cute. I like it. What they're hoping is that all of the playgrounds in this area are completely transformed, getting rid of that hot plastic material and rubber, and switching over to cork entirely. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Gravesend.
Oh, so little Merlot Joseph should feel right at home. It's named after him. Stop it, Mom. Stop it. An off-duty NYPD officer, Didaral Islam, posthumously promoted to detective at his funeral about a year ago, shot and killed inside a Park Avenue high-rise. Well, they're honoring him now, renaming a street corner at 172nd and Beach in the Bronx after him. He'd been working private security for the Park Avenue building in Manhattan when he was shot. The 36-year-old was protecting others when he died. Councilmember Amanda Farias making the announcement today, saying he was a devoted husband and father and a man of faith, and now he'll be recognized permanently up in the Bronx. And now Bloomberg Money Watch.
Led by falling AI stocks, Wall Street found its way lower today. Dow down 407. Nasdaq down 362. That's about 1.5%. S&P down 76 or 1%. By one measure, at least, the U.S. consumer is feeling more confident now than at any time since just before the Iran war. The University of Michigan's consumer sentiment reading shows a bigger than forecast uptick for early July, thanks in large part to lower gas prices boosting morale. And that's why the market did not give this reading the full measure of credence, as gas prices in recent days have been pushing quickly back up. I'm Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
And now this message, ThriveWellInfusion.com, New York's premier infusion and injection center, saving lives drip by drip.
If you own a business, you've heard it all. From fast funding to easy approvals, everyone says the same thing. LendSeek is different. We show you what you actually qualify for. LendSeek's AI-enabled platform matches you with funding options with no guesswork. Up to $5 million in as fast as 24 hours. If you've been in business over a year, doing at least $50,000 per month, apply for free with zero out-of-pocket costs and access to over 100 lenders. Start ready, stay ready. Lendseek.com. LENDSEEK.com.
Hey, John, what's the plan? I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I'm there with these. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen to the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. A testimonial, time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly, and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice is get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-909-9696. 800-909-9696.
Our field is your field. RWJ Barnabas Health, official hometown healthcare system of Red Bull, New York. Learn more at rwjbh.org/Red Bulls. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. It's not easy being an accident victim these days. I mean, how do you choose the right lawyer? The radio, TV, buses, and billboards are filled with law firms making the same old promises, bragging about the same big results. They talk about their proven track record and hope they'll get you a sign on the dotted line. But then what? If a lawyer tells you from day one what your case is worth, please, turn around and run. If the lawyer tells you how quickly they'll get your case settled, I beg you, turn around and run. The right lawyer is not a fortune teller.
gun was displayed. According to police, the trend began June 15th in the Hunters Point section of Queens when riders on a moped confronted a 27-year-old man on the street, snatched his chain from his neck, and took off. Similar incidents followed in Greenpoint, Williamsburg, Astoria, Flushing. Not all the chain snatchings were successful. On July 10th, they hit 5 different neighborhoods in Queens and in one case showed a gun. 2 17-year-olds were arrested in separate incidents. Julia Papa 1010 wins on 92.3 FM. With Nissan 431, let's get you where you need to go on this Friday afternoon. Here's Greg Wright.
Big time mess already at the inbound George Washington Bridge. You got about an hour's worth of traffic on the upper, 45 on the lower, and keep in mind, it's going to get worse. Yankees and Dodgers tonight at the stadium. So this will stay bad for at least the next 2.5 hours on the inbound GWB. West Side Highway, a slow ride from the 70s on up, but cut it out because everything else is far, far worse. Northbound Deeg and Bastille due out of the Bronx. Lincoln Tunnel, I'll try to get you home out of Midtown, 30 to 40 from 11th. A little bit better from 9th. Now the Holland Tunnel is about 45 out of town. Inbound Skyways, the mess Newark Bay is better. The inbound Lincoln, that's about 20 to 30 minutes. Clearview, Throgs, that combination, the best of it across the Upper East River. A little north of the city, forget the heights. You got a big northbound accident near Weaver Street in Scarsdale. It's a mess either way. 95 isn't perfect, but it's better in either direction. A lot of traffic north of the city. A lot of these sleepaway camps have visiting weekend this weekend. We've seen a lot of extra traffic heading up towards the Mario Cuomo Bridge. Rockland bound is slow. Getting there is worse. Cross Westchester, all over westbound traffic from North Street over to the Mario Cuomo Bridge so far. Staten Island Expressway to westbound parking lots from the Verrazano to the West Shore. Goppels to the Turnpike, especially the Turnpike truck lane's a better idea than going down to the Jersey-bound Outer Bridge, which is just crawling. Traffic is sponsored by Petro Home Services. Greg Rice, 1010 West at 92.3 FM.
When the heat attacks, Petro delivers the perfect assist. Your local HVAC pros show up fast to keep your home comfort game going strong. Call 888-PETRO-02 or visit Petro.com for special offers. Go with Petro.
Let's get a check now of your AccuWeather. Here's meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Laura, it's turned into a very nice summer afternoon across much of the area. The air quality has improved considerably from this morning. Visibility quite good as well. We really don't have any haze left as the smoke, at least for the time being, has been pushed to the south and west. It is going to become more humid as we head through tonight. This has been the other nice part of today. The humidity has been really low, but that will start to change even later this evening. I think you'll start to notice a little more, and the air quality will be decreasing later tonight into tomorrow as the smoke starts to come back up from the south and west again. So a low of 72 tonight. Tomorrow and tomorrow evening it's going to be cloudy. It'll be much more humid, but the clouds and the rain are going to hold temperatures down. It's not going to rain all the time tomorrow. We will have some showers and some heavy thunderstorms around. Any thunderstorm could produce flash flooding and damaging winds. While the high of 78, there is a for the city, New Jersey, and southern Westchester County from late tomorrow morning through much of tomorrow night, again for the potential for flooding downpours. Not everybody will see them, but where the downpours are most persistent, we could have some flooding. Down to 72 late tomorrow night with a mostly cloudy sky. Looks good for the World Cup final on Sunday, mostly sunny, lowering humidity. Looks like a lot of the smoke gets pushed away again, a high of 83, and sunny and low humidity on Monday, high 82. Sunny and 85 right now in Midtown. We're going down to 72. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 1010 winds on 92.3 FM.
Stay cool this summer at DreamWorks Water Park at American Dream. Experience 40-plus rides, record-breaking slides, and the world's largest indoor wave pool. All indoors at 81 degrees, just minutes from Manhattan. Tickets start at $59 at AmericanDream.com.
It was 30 years ago today that TWA Flight 800 crashed off Long Island, a crash that killed all 230 people aboard the jumbo jet after it took off from JFK for Paris. Relatives of those killed gathered for a memorial in Smith Point Park today.
It was basically like, I just wanted to get out of here.
John Bailey traveled from England to be here for the first time at the TWA Flight 800 Memorial. He lost his sister and brother-in-law 30 years ago.
Been afraid to get out of here, but I felt as though I needed to be here.
Like, what do you mean afraid? What were you afraid of?
Flying.
You were afraid of flying here because of what happened to her?
Yeah, that's true. So it was difficult.
The memorial with stone benches, thousands of flowers and butterflies sits near the water and is designed to bring peace to all of the families who lost loved ones on that tragic day. Sophia Hall, 1010 winds on 92.3 FM on Long Island. Skating will be back this winter, but the summer means beach volleyball at the Woolman Rink in Central Park. And this weekend, you can check out the world's top players from the Brooklyn Blaze, the New York Nitro, and a half dozen other teams with the return of the Association of Volleyball Professionals. Once again, they've dumped an enormous amount of sand in the rink. The game begins tomorrow at 2 p.m. and on Saturday at 1 p.m. To be or not to be in a parking lot.
The Lower East Side already has so much culture, and every summer they add Shakespeare.
If you come to see Shakespeare in the parking lot, and you never have, you will never forget it.
Says director Hamilton Clancy. Before you even talk about the play they're doing to kick off season 31, the setting is what makes it unique.
It just really surprises you to have the actors. It's like everybody has almost a front row seat.
Opening night will feature the play As You Like It, which Clancy refers to as Shakespeare's Love Actually.
People having a great time, fall in love, and a lot of crazy characters.
They'll be at the Lower East Side Prep High School. Mac Rosenberg's 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
85 degrees now. We are going down to 72 tonight. Mariah is making a daydream of an anniversary. That story's next.
Recovery from an addiction is an individual accomplishment. A young mother who chose recovery to care for her family. A high school athlete overcoming opioid addiction. A couple celebrating his recovery. Everyone's recovery is different, and there's no shame in asking for help. Call 844-REACH-NJ. Trained counselors are available 24/7 to help you find the recovery option that's best for you. Tell us your story, and let's begin your recovery today. A message from New Jersey Human Services.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge. What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
Could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Now 1010 wins entertainment. Mariah Carey is celebrating the 30th anniversary of her #1 album, Daydream, with several previously unreleased tracks. They're now posted to streaming services. Physical versions will be released this October, including a triple LP and a 2 CD set. The Odyssey is set to storm the box office this weekend.
Who's looking after your wife inside? Do you see? My dad is coming home.
The Christopher Nolan epic already raked in $17.5 million in limited previews last night. That's the biggest take in previews this year.
Entertainment is powered by Shulman and Hill Injury Lawyers. We are New York. Every borough, every block. New York's auto accident attorneys. Go to hurtny.com.
Start with your own 2 eyes last year. You watched people who had no business getting approved drive off anyway. Repos on their credit. 500 credit scores. No plan. They walked in and they left with a car. So why don't you have one? Because you said, I'll come back. Because you said, maybe later. Don't let another year pass. Call Credit Solutions right now. We can help. Call 800-694-7203. That repo, that low credit, and still drive out in a car. Call Credit Solutions. 800-694-7203. Qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Got a trade? We'll give you up to $3,000, and we'll pay off your loan no matter what you owe. Call Credit Solutions. 800-694-7203.
KBB Fair Value for your trade on approved deal. Every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance and America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Credit Solutions, a division of Hudson Hyundai.
Your city, your news, your station. 1010 wins at 92.3 FM.
The News Watch never stops.
Give us 22 minutes. We'll give you the world.
Good afternoon. 85 degrees at 4:40. I'm Lori Metten, and here's what's happening. Although we're having a very nice afternoon, our forecast is taking a turn. The air quality alert extended through tomorrow. We now have a flood watch posted for tomorrow. Live update in a moment from AccuWeather's Brian Thompson. World Cup fans descend on a Montclair hotel to cheer on their team ahead of Sunday's final. New York City hotels are booked with domestic visitors. Despite the World Cup, international tourists seem to be staying away these days. Putting pedal to the metal won't get you there much faster, unless you think a half minute is worth that speeding ticket. We'll tell you about a new study. The Odyssey isn't just a hit in theaters. Good luck finding a copy in bookstores.
July is on track to hit maybe 35% increase month-over-month. It's looking nuts.
Christopher Nolan doing what English teachers have been trying to do for years. 10-10 winds. AccuWeather says partly cloudy, warm, sticky tonight. Low 72. We have severe thunderstorms heading to our area tomorrow. Much nicer on Sunday for the World Cup. We're going to get that live update from Brian in just a moment. But first, Winks News Time 4:41 from the Mercedes-Benz of Edison.com Traffic Center. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Greg Wright.
Lori, Yankees Dodgers, a big sports story tonight, and that's leading to a bunch of traffic getting there. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Citybound George, about an hour on the upper, 45 minutes on the inbound lower level. The West Side Highway, yeah, it's sluggish from the 70s up through the water treatment plant, but you know what? Everything else is far worse. Northbound Deegan, best you do to skip town out of the Bronx. Over at the Lincoln, 45 minutes in, 30 to 40 out from 11, better from 9:30 plus at the outbound Holland. On the Jersey side, the Newark Bay, the better of it in either direction. Clearview, Throgs next, still the best bet you've got across the Upper East River. Big mess in Brooklyn, westbound belt after Pennsylvania Avenue crash blocks 2 lanes and backs you up deep into Queens. Eastbound belt rubbernecking in the rush hour ride. All of it combines to make the eastbound belt crawling at least fits and starts from the Verrazano back to Pennsylvania Avenue. Big weekend north of the city with a lot of these sleepaway camps with visiting day weekend. We've seen a lot of early traffic this afternoon in Westchester, and none of it's good on the Hutch. They're getting rid of a northbound crash near Weaver Street. It's a standstill either way. Given the choice, stay with 95 if you can. Either way, south of across Westchester, it is better than the Hutchinson River Parkway. Greg Rice, 10-10 wins at 92.3 FM.
As we head into a very busy weekend, we do have the World Cup final on Sunday. We want to bring you up to date on the forecast, which has taken something of a turn late this afternoon. AccuWeather's Brian Thompson is here. He has the very latest. Brian.
Yeah, tomorrow looking like a day where we're going to be dealing with some showers and some thunderstorms, Lori. It's not going to be a day where it's raining all the time, but when it is raining, there could be the potential for some heavier downpours. We've had some nice weather this afternoon. The air quality has improved significantly across the tri-state. The haze is pretty much gone, at least for now, but late tonight, especially very late this evening toward midnight and into tomorrow, that's when the smoke is going to start to come back in from the south and west. So the air quality will likely decrease again into tomorrow. Visibility may be reduced. Again, we'll have the risk for some flooding downpours and some damage and wind gusts to some of those storms tomorrow. And Sunday, looking good for the World Cup final. Lots of sun, lowering humidity, highs in the low, maybe mid-80s. At this point, the air quality looks okay. Lori?
Okay, make sure you stay with 10-10 winds for the very latest on your forecast. We're heading into the weekend. World Cup fans have been waiting for 4 years, and teams Argentina and Spain are spending the weekend in New Jersey, where fans have been gathering.
Fans woke up bright and early, and it paid off as they saw Spain's soccer team leaving the MC Hotel here in Montclair. For Andrew Rojas, this was a dream come true.
I saw with Viña Mall. You compare me with Viña Mall? I see your resemblance.
His mom, Francine, has been cheering on the team since day one.
I have been watching all of the games. I am super excited about Spain making it to the final game, and I want them to win.
And for many fans here, they are counting down the minutes until the World Cup final, and thus getting a glimpse at the players up close and personal would make it that much more exciting.
Can't wait. Que vamos España!
Mary Lynn Buckley, 10-10 wins on 92.3 FM in Montclair.
New York City hotels are filled with domestic visitors this summer, not so much with international visitors. That's according to a report from New York State Controller Thomas DiNapoli, which found that while the hotel industry has largely recovered from the pandemic in terms of guests, It's now contending with the government's immigration and trade policies, keeping some international visitors away, along with other geopolitical issues. The report found that New York City welcomed 65 million visitors in 2025 and that 81% were domestic travelers. The report also found that employment at New York City hotels has recovered more slowly, with nearly 13% fewer employees working at hotels compared to 2019. An 80-year-old woman was struck and killed by a car in East Flatbush this afternoon. The driver remained at the scene. Police say it happened just before 1:30 as a car made a right turn onto East 92nd Street from Rutland Road. The pedestrian was pronounced dead at the scene. There were no arrests. The investigation is ongoing. Authorities on Long Island say they've taken down a gun and drug trafficking ring.
Some of these illegal gun sales were happening in the middle of the afternoon right across the street from a school as children were walking out the doors.
Nassau County DA Ann Donnelly says 47 illegal weapons were seized, a record number. 6 people arrested for selling the weapons and drugs.
By taking these defendants off the street, along with this arsenal of illegal firearms and lethal amounts of narcotics, we have cut off a significant source of crime in our community.
She says multiple law enforcement agencies helped make the arrest of the men who are allegedly from a violent gang. Sophia Hall, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM on Long Island. A man is fighting for his life this afternoon after falling onto subway tracks and being hit by a train in Midtown during the morning rush. No criminality is suspected. It happened at the 7th Avenue and 53rd Street E station on the downtown platform around 8:30. EMS rushed the man to a hospital in critical condition. If you have a lead foot, you might be less inclined to speed when you hear about a new study. Speeding isn't going to get you there much faster.
So watching cars fly by on the Bellport Parkway with Tyrell here, who has no shame in his game. Are you a speeder?
Yeah.
Never had someone actually admit that, so we talked about it. How much time do you think speeding actually saves you?
Probably 10% of the time.
New research shows speeding only saves you less than a minute of time and more in gas. Do you think New York has made it an easy environment to be a speeder? I mean,
No, it's different now. Back then it was better.
Back then it was better.
That's why I like the South. You know, you could actually do 85 now on the highway.
I mean, we're right next to the Bell. This is like Speed City.
You only could go about 40 on there.
Drive safely, folks. Amanda Alexander, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Brooklyn.
You can read about that study on speeding in the journal Communications Sustainability. While the Odyssey is expected to pack them in at theaters this weekend. It's also packing them into bookstores. Vinny Onorati, co-owner of the Word Bookstore in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, says he's been selling lots of copies.
They sort of want to know if it's less they remember, is it hard to read, is it easier to read, does it feel like a story? Because we know it's a poem, and that sort of might scare people, but when they realize it's truly a narrative in this hero's journey, it doesn't really read like something you'd be assigned.
The Strand Bookstore says they're seeing a 30% uptick in sales of the Odyssey. New Yorkers who are regulars at their neighborhood cafe or restaurant might be able to put it on the tab. The practice is gaining traction, having a house account at a popular Brooklyn Heights diner.
It was a no-brainer for Montague Diner owner Ben Gross when he opened 2 years ago. It's simple. He wanted to keep people coming back.
People come more when they feel that way, when they feel at home in a place. And that's why, the house accounts at the diner, they don't cost anything. You just email us if you want to sign up.
And his place gives a 5% discount if you have one, with a 20% tip built in, but there's no minimum spending required monthly.
We just thought it would be a nice throwback for a diner that we were trying to make feel like a sort of place that had been there forever.
Some other restaurants in the city are doing it. He's not sure if it's a trend, but it is paying off.
Mac Rosenberg's 1010 wins on 92.3 FM. Serious injuries change lives. For over 50 years, New Jersey has had a powerhouse injury law firm. That name? The Lynch Law Firm. Trusted. Injury attorneys deeply rooted in New Jersey. Have you been seriously injured in a construction accident, car accident, fall, or any type of accident? The Lynch Law Firm can help. Your call matters. In a pinch, call Lynch. 201-500-6000. 201-500-6000. When you're seriously injured in an accident, things that should matter. Being kept informed. How much money you're awarded. Those key things matter. The Lynch Law Firm understands that and has recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for their clients. Your call matters. In a pinch, call Lynch. 201-500-6000. 201-500-6000. New Jersey's powerhouse injury law firm. Visit lynchlawyers.com. Wednesday time, 4:51. Let's get you where you need to go. Here's Greg Rice.
Big mess in Brooklyn. School bus crash on the belt westbound right after Pennsylvania Avenue. You got a couple of lanes out. Looks like you got the two left lanes out as I see on the distance. The 1010 went jam and that's why the westbound belt is crawling from Guy Boulevard in Queens all the way back to Pennsylvania Avenue in Brooklyn. Now on the eastbound side of the belt, you got to crawl as well from the Verrazano to Pennsylvania Avenue. Everybody trying to get home and understandably nosy about what's going on in their way. Now in Queens, on the westbound Long Island Expressway west of the Van Wyck, you got a couple of cars tied up in a crash blocking the two left lanes, and this is why the westbound LY is getting worse from Main Street. Grand Central is also slow either way to Kew Gardens because the Jackie is jammed up west past Metropolitan Avenue. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Inbound Georgia's a mess. It's going to stay that way. Upper level right now, at least a 40 to 60 minute ride on the upper, 30 to 40 minutes on the inbound lower. The northbound west side highway, you got a slow ride from the 70s on up. The inbound Georgia is so bad because you got the Yankees and Dodgers in just over 2 hours at the stadium. Lincoln, 30 minutes into the city, 30 to 40 out from 11th, better from 9th. Holland, 30 to 40 out on the Jersey side, the Newark Bay. That's the better play either way. Traffic is sponsored by Windorama. This summer, save up to 40% when you install with Windorama. Choose from Anderson Windows and Doors and Master Shield Gutter Guards and let their local certified experts handle it all. Visit Windorama.com to book your free consultation today. Greg Rice, 1010 wins at 92.3 FM.
Let's get a check of your AccuWeather forecast. Here's meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Lori, it's been a very nice afternoon. We've been enjoying quite a bit of sunshine. The air quality much improved from yesterday. Almost the complete opposite air quality. In fact, we're even into the good air quality range across parts of the area this afternoon. We are going to have, as we head through tonight, a partly cloudy sky to start, and then more clouds later on. The humidity is going to be on the rise as the night goes on, too. A low 72, and the smoke is going to start to move back in from the south and west. So the air quality likely decreasing again later tonight into tomorrow morning. Otherwise, tomorrow, really through tomorrow evening, it's going to be cloudy and cooler. It will be quite humid with some showers and a heavy thunderstorm or two. Any thunderstorm could produce flash flooding and damaging winds. We do have a flood watch for the city, New Jersey, and southern Westchester County from late tomorrow morning through much of tomorrow night. So 78 the high tomorrow, mostly cloudy late tomorrow night, warm and sticky, low 72, but it looks better Sunday. Lots of sunshine, lower humidity for the World Cup final, high of 83. And a lot of sun with low humidity again Monday, high 82. 85 and mostly sunny right down Midtown. We're going down to 72. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station. 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
It's New York. There's always something to do on the weekend.
Get your weekend groove on a little early. Jags in July happens at Brooklyn Botanic Garden every Thursday through the 23rd. The show starts at 7 and features other fun activities and a pop-up bar. Visit bbg.org. And after you've chilled out to jazz, get your adrenaline pumping inside the Black Mirror experience. Part real world, part virtual reality. You make the choices to decide how the story ends. Visit nyc.theblackmirrorexperience.com. And that's some things to do this weekend. I'm 94.7 The Block's Shelly Wade for 1010 Wins.
Sponsored by Resorts World Casinos in New York City. City, the Catskills, and the Hudson Valley, and by Spector and Associates, serious injury law firm.
The thrill never stops at Empire City Casino. From over 4,000 slots to the non-stop action of electronic table games, there's no shortage of ways to win big. Indulge in crave-worthy flavors at our amazing restaurants. Go all in on live entertainment. Spin your way into winning cash, free play, getaways, and even a brand new car. Every month is your chance to win. All powered by MGM Rewards. Ride the thrill. Only at Empire City Casino. Must be 18 years of age or older to play New York lottery games. Please play responsibly. Must be 21 to join MGM Rewards.
Hey guys, Scott Stanford here. Time for a summer spruce-up. Call my friends at Serta Pro Painters. They work fast, clean, and professional. I know this because I'm a customer. Don't put off a painting project. Give them a call at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's Serta with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call Serta Pro Painters today. Get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come. Each Serta Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Now Bloomberg Money Watch.
Wall Street's indexes didn't get it done today. Dow fell 407. Nasdaq down 362, 1.5%. S&P 500 down 1%, 76 points. To understand the nation's home building industry right now, you really have to ask which one. The U.S. Commerce Department's measure of June new home construction finds that groundbreakings on single-family homes slipped 0.2% last month from the month before. But construction projects on multi-family dwellings, such as apartments and condos, rose 76%. Economists suggest one factor could be
What are you fucking doing, asshole?
Delaying first-time house purchases, keeping apartment demand strong. Amanda Rodan, Money Watch on 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM.
1010 Wins.
When I need to know.
What I need to know?
When I need to know.
1010 Wins.
On 92.3 FM.
Well,
I think it's Pennsylvania.
Pitch looks good. Yeah, so green. USA keeper was decent enough. Didn't have much to do. 99 minutes, not a single goal. Well, Bet365 sure came through, though. I bet $10 and got $150 in bonus bets just for signing up. At least someone scored. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T's and C's apply. In Apple. Let me tell you about Bob, a building manager for a budding business. Bob's boss asked Bob to help the business save big bucks. So he called Beth at PSE&G and bounced around ideas on all their business programs. Bob bought a new boiler with big incentives and on-bill repayment and used his savings to benefit his business. Visit pseg.com/radio to see how your business can be made even better. Now, a commercial message. Larry Mullins here. After an accident, you need a trusted law firm with an army of efficient staff members. That's Spector and Associates, your serious injury attorneys. Spector and Associates understands how devastating an accident can be and will fight relentlessly. Spector and Associates serious injury attorneys are based in New York. Construction accident, car accident, slip, trip, and fall. Call them now. 800-318-8888. Spector and Associates has recovered hundreds of millions for the injured. Been in an accident? Visit crashinjury.com or call 800-318-8888. The lawyers at Spector and Associates serious injury attorneys fight hard, win big to get you what you deserve. Call them now. 800-318-8888. That's 800-318-8888. Or visit crashinjury.com. Spector and Associates, your serious injury lawyer. 800-318-8888. Licensed in the Tri-State, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And the match is about to begin. Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight. What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field. It's a dog, so they could do with extra players. She's going for the ball. After a pause, has a feet.
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription